Today on the channel, we flex our right to bear arms with the Walmart exclusive vintage collection Masterverse Man-at-Arms.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Masterverse vintage collection unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we got the Walmart exclusive Man-at-Arms. And for all your Man-at-Arm needs, I guess Walmart. But for everything else under the sun, hit up jaystoysandgames.com. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 15% on all in-stock items. Got to get a deal out there. And I ordered this one at Walmart, and unfortunately, my pre-order was canceled. I have yet to see this in any of my stores. Big thanks to Travis Fowler out there for helping me secure this one, as it's been a little rough on the vintage collection. A lot of Faker, a lot of Skeletor in my area. Really nothing new, and I think Merman and Tila are the next in this series. And I'm enjoying this series. It is based on our original toys we had as a little kid. I guess if you're as old as me, from the 80s. So there's a charm to this. And the Masterverse, a very interesting line, as we do know. We've seen different cartoon properties represented. We've seen a figure representation where they're going for that. We're going for New Eternia, New Etheria, kind of a new take on old favorites. It's been really all points in between, but it sounds like the Masterverse line coming to an end at the end of 2026. I hope that's not the case, but it sounds that's going to happen. And they're going to move to the Chronicles brand, which is smaller format figures. I don't know how I feel about that. I guess more to come on that in the future. But the future's now for this review, and we're going to do it like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. So without further ado, what's Man-at-Arms up to here? Vintage packaging, I guess, inspired. All that rock blast and fireworks, all that kind of stuff going there. Man-at-Arms, Masters Universe, vintage collection here. The heroic master of weapons, as he's known in some circles, or on the box. 30 points of articulation. Nothing too fun on the sides there. And you got some classic Masters artwork there at the top. Got him and Tila riding together. And then you got a little bit of a demonstration, a little bit of blurbage. Let's see what it says on the back here. Man-at-Arms and Tila scout the borders of Eternia for signs of lurking evil. And we got a little dragon man and a little wolf man going on there. Includes swinging mace, store battle accessories on the back. In 1982, Masters Universe took the world by storm with action figures that captured the imaginations of people from here to Eternia. Today, the Masterverse celebrates the original design as modern 7-inch scale action figures with the vintage collection. And if you were a little kid like me in the early 80s, you were loving yourself some He-Man. He-Man is really what got me into buying action figures. Shortly after He-Man, G.I. Joe entered my life, and then a couple years after that, wrestling entered my life. And those have been my three big passions as far as action figures. Obviously, I love superheroes. Those came after wrestling. So it's a natural progression, as you can imagine. But love the classic He-Man stuff here. And love a classic Man-at-Arms. 6 and up on this one for those keeping track at home. Do we got? Oh, it says open on the side. I'm going to open it. Does it got anything in there? I'm just going to yank this out is what I'm going to do. See you later, shuffle. Goodbye. Get a little content list on the side there. That's always nice to see. There it is. There was a baggie in there. See you later. Goodbye. Like a young Detlef Schrempf. Yes, Detlef Schrempf, Pacer legend. Never forget. And we're going to get it out. We're going to whip out all of our Man-at-Arms stuff is what we're going to do. Bam. See you later. Goodbye. Little Masters plastic prison. No comic book. Nothing like that with this guy here. We got old Man-at-Arms. We do get twist ties with him. It's, of course, a hallmark of any Mattel company or an M company. McFarlane, Mattel. They love their twist ties. We know that. We're locked in all over the place right here. We're going to free this Man-at-Arms. Now, this is an interesting one, as it really is based on the original Man-at-Arms action figure once upon a time. Ugh, powering through the twist ties here. The power of the twist ties compels you. We know how that goes. See you later. Goodbye. It's an interesting one because it is based on the original action figure, not necessarily the cartoon property. So it gets a little confusing sometimes. Well, let's dive into it here. We get 2 gripping hands out of the package. We get a splayed out hand and a fist of Fury, green glove Fury, ready to go if need be. We do get a little, I was going to say sword, but maybe a knife, a sword, somewhere in the middle there. So we do get this in case he needs to take care of some business. You got his club, his Hallmark club. Of course, he's a man-at-arms, and you think of him using big old blaster weapons, which he does a time or two, but it's his trusty club that really brings him home. He loves this little club, and it does remove up here at the top. You can unplug it right there, and you can plug this one in. You can choose your own club adventure. Very glossy plastic on these two, but all in the gold color. Got a real, I wouldn't say real chain. It's a chain, but it's a plastic chain here. Would have liked a real chain in between. But you can choose which way you want to go. Do you want it dangling? Do you want a dangler, or do you want it fully going? I like it fully erect, personally, myself. But if you like a dangler, you got your options here. But it is a club for the man-at-arms. It is very fitting for him. But now we're diving into the figure itself. And as I said, this is man-at-arms based on the action figure back in the 80s, because there's no push broom, no mustache. And the 80s were the hallmark times of mustaches. Heck, everybody's dad in the 80s had a mustache one time or another. Everybody had a mustache, including man-at-arms. And it's a really weird thing, because when I think of man-at-arms, I always think of no mustache first because of the action figure, but then I definitely prefer him with the mustache. So I always go for the facial hair. So it's a weird thing. It's a very complex character when I try to think of him, but I like the man-at-arms with the push broom going on. I don't mind when he's got the long hair and the ponytail too. I'm not opposed to that look, but it is interesting to think of him with a mustache and no mustache. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts when you think of it, when you close your eyes and you think of the man-at-arms, mustache or no mustache. I prefer mustache, but I always think no mustache. It's a weird deal. It's a weird deal, but we got no mustache here, very stoic face. I got some caterpillar eyebrows there in black. Got the man-at-arms helmet going on, and look at this. The helmet is removable if you want to. He's kind of got like that scuba diver ski mask over the top, pilot over the top. Got a little bit of brown hair poking out the back end there, but I will definitely keep the mask or the helmet on him. He does got that chest protector with the little protector up on his face. Always liked that about him. I always thought that was kind of a cool thing. Got a little shoulder protector here, forearm protector, and then no protection on this side. Always an interesting move by him. He does got the loincloth. Of course, he shops in Eternia. He lives in Eternia. He's going to have the Eternia loincloth and belt. Got some different jewels in that belt as well. He might have to defend those along the way sometime. We'll see what happens. You got the Terry Steinbach issued shin guard down here, back straight out from 1990, which is an interesting time, especially this is more 82 man-at-arms, but who's keeping track at this point here, but looking good. You got the fur-lined boots as well, just typical Eternia stuff going on. Don't like the looks of this ankle down here. It's moving. I thought it was kind of fused together, but it's a little off, Might have to heat it up maybe. He does got a wrist guard over here on the right side. I forgot to mention he's got the up and down hinge here. That's an interesting move. You get side to side on the other one. So obviously for its clubbing technique, he's going to do that. You got to wrist it. You got to turn that wrist. Just get that wrist like a young Andre Agassi or a young Roland Martin. Wasn't he a fisherman? Get that angle right there. I used to watch him before WCW Saturday Night when I was a kid. Ah, the glory days, as some may say. This does come out of the backpack, so be careful with that. Interesting. So you can store stuff back here, like you can store that knife in there, and you can store the club as well. Well, I guess you might want to put it backwards, though. I don't know which way I want to do that, but you can store the club. Looks a little weird there. But then you're always stuck with an extra piece, so I don't know where I'm going to go with that. Very interesting to see all that, though. Arms do go all the way around on this one. Bicep cut. Double jointed pinless elbows, very tight. Hands back, forth, side to side, removable. The old karate chop hand if you want to. We talked about the helmet being removable. Head back, forth, side to side. Waist articulation plus hula hoop at the top. Big old splits if you need it. Got those drop down hips. Some people like them, some people don't. Got that big old boot if you want to. Karate kick. Thigh cut. Double jointed pinless knees. Boot cut. Ankles back, forth, side to side, up and down. Our usual Masterverse articulation. Was that 30 points articulation? Let me know in the comments there. But a good looking man-at-arms here. Very cool. I'm building out that vintage collection shelf. Get all these vintage collection figures together. It's going to be a nice look. It's going to be a blast from the past if there ever was one. He does fit on a Mattel ringside collectible stand. Use code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. You guys know the rules with that one there, but there it is. Old man-at-arms, Walmart exclusive vintage collection. Your mileage may vary. You could be swimming in these, or there could be no sign of them. Really no point in between. And hopefully they go back on their website. We'll see what happens. But Travis, thanks for helping me secure this one for my collection. But we're not done with man-at-arms. I think this was the last one we got. Was this New Eternia? I think that's the case with that one. We also got the Revelation series. Once upon a time, a little bit smaller too, as we can see. Got another one from the Revelation series, just all about the Man-at-Arms right here. And then I got the Man-at-Arms Masterverse, or not Masterverse, Classics. You know I'm a Classics guy. You think I'd remember that, but you got that one there. I use the push broom head, though. The other one's in a baggie somewhere. I'm not digging through all that just for that head, but I do got that head on one of the guards, so I do got that going on. But man, a lot of Man-at-Arms in this scale here, but you know what? Bring on some more. As I get older, Man-at-Arms basically my favorite character from He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. I think he is. I always liked He-Man when I was a little kid, but as you get older, you start to relate with the Man-at-Arms a little bit more. Maybe that's just me. I don't know, but really enjoyed this figure for what it is. It's what I think of, but not my iconic preferred look, if that makes any sense as I described. But fun to get this one. Once again, available at Walmart right now, maybe if you're lucky. But what's your thoughts on this Man-at-Arms? Is this a pickup for you? Pass, long game, no game, not so sure game? Gotta have it in my collection game. Let me know in the comments down below. And you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell as we got videos every single day. And then some. We got even more content for you on Patreon, YouTube channel memberships. Your best way to support the channel. Sir Paul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and The Kyle Peterson Show. Available wherever podcasts are found. And every single Tuesday on YouTube, it is The Kyle Peterson Show. So for Man-at-Arms, I'm Man at Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
I was editor of the school magazine. Yeah!